This episode right here has let me know how fake Letitia is. Just watch this whole review so you can know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's get into this review. What's going on, y'all? This be your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new review of the Belle Collective Season 3, Episode 8. All right, now, I hope you guys are having a wonderful Saturday, and I intend on doing the exact same. What's going on, y'all? As y'all can see, y'all can tell that I just woke up from a nap, okay? I came home, I watched the show again, and then after that, I fell the hell asleep, okay? But before we get into anything, let's talk about what's going on the church announcements. Let's talk about that. Now, as you guys already know, tomorrow is Sunday. So you do know that tomorrow night will be my live review for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. You guys know I go live every Sunday night to talk about the show and all that good stuff. So make sure you're on the lookout for that. The link should already be out there by now, as far as the live show, the live review is concerned. But then the very next day, which is Monday, is the Whether You Like It or Not panel is panel night, and we will be over on Really BTV's platform. So make sure you guys go over there and whenever the link is available, just you'll know. So we'll be over there on Really B's platform on Monday night at 8:30 Eastern time. So make sure you guys tune in to that. And also on Wednesday night, we'll be over on Giving You the Real Teas platform for roast and review. So make sure you guys tune in for that as the three of us talk about Tuesday's episode of Love and Hip Hop ATL. So with that being said, you guys, that's pretty much it for all of the church announcements. So let's go ahead and get into the review. So we pick up where we left off from last week at this so-called peace treaty that Letitia put together so everybody could come together, talk about their issues and all their other good stuff. So honestly, everybody didn't even talk about their issues because there's people in this room that still ain't talked about their stuff. We opened up this whole peace treaty by having Tambra and Marie talk, and then have Letitia and Lakeisha talk. But what about Akeisha and Tambra? What about Latrice and Marie? What about those issues that haven't been rectified yet? But okay, we finally get into the Tambra stuff, and it shows us where Tambra is basically storming off because Marie is letting her know that she met up with the person that stalked Tamara and all of that other stuff. Now, people can sit up here and say whatever they want about Tamara, right? We can say that she's annoying. We can say that her voice is annoying. We can say that she might lie sometimes. But what I cannot disagree with anybody on is if they said that Tamara did not deserve this, because she fucking didn't. She did not deserve any of this. And Marie only showed how miserable and mean her ass is. That's all she really did, because she was really invested in this woman's life and what she got going on in her damn life and all this other stuff, that she sat there and minded the business that didn't even pay her. Whatever the hell happened in Tamara's past really ain't got nothing to do with no motherfucker on this damn show. So my whole thing with Marie is, why are you so impressed? Why are you so vested? And why are you so damn pressed about this situation? And then when Tamara told you that she need to go call her lawyer, you're going to say, oh, this ain't even called for. This ain't even called for. It's childish. Most of the shit that y'all do on this damn show is motherfucking childish. Okay? Let's be clear about that. It was necessary. The lady talked about this situation on her radio show many moons ago. She talked about this. She talked about how this man stalked her. She talked about how this man was doing stuff to her and her damn family members. She talked about this before. If you from Jackson or in the surrounding Jackson area like me, you would know that she talked about this already. This ain't nothing new. She talked about how she pressed charges and had to take it to the law. She talked about this, and I'm pretty sure that you know about that. So why are you doing that? Yes, she did have to call her damn attorney, because you hoes went and met with this man. She don't know if y'all met with this man and filmed this or not. She probably went to her lawyer, so she could stop it from even being shown. At the end of the day, this man reached out to every last one of y'all. And when I tell y'all, he reached out to everybody on that show. He reached out to every woman on that show. And the only two women that bit was Letitia and fucking Marie. Those are the two that were nosy enough and dirty enough and evil enough to go and meet up with this man. What make you think that that's okay for you to go and meet up with this woman's abuser and re-traumatize her ass all over again? Because you feel like she be lying. Then you talking about her past is catching up to her. What did Tambra actually do to you? That's all I'm saying. I'm trying to figure out what exactly was it that broke the camel's back. What was the thing that broke the camel's back with Tamara for y'all to go that far and do that? So then Letitia starts comforting Tamara and talking about she's sorry and she this and she that. You fake as Letitia fake, okay? Like this whole episode just showed the fakeness unraveling with every scene that she's in. She fake as a mother. You want to know why? You was right there with Marie meeting up with this man. You was right there with Marie trying to expose this woman and her past. You were right there. You wasn't too far away. You were right there. You knew what this was already. But then you want to say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I should have told you. I never should have did that. No, you shouldn't have did that. But you didn't give a... Then you want to sit up here and say, I mean, she probably was a little bit blindsided that Marie threw that at her. I wasn't expecting her to bring up this guy at the peace treaty. Girl, yes, the fuck you was. You see that bullshit? Like, she want to sit up here and act like she innocent in the situation. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Letitia knew what was going on. Letitia knew that Marie was going to bring this up at this fucking peace treaty. It just looked way too convenient that you placed Tamara and Marie together, the first two people together. Y'all want to sit up here and say that Latrice set So Gucci up. Are y'all saying that Letitia set Tamara up and threw Marie under the bus as they did it? Because you cannot tell me that Letitia did not know that Marie was going to say that shit. You can't tell me she didn't know. Letitia full of shit, y'all. I'm sorry, but she is. What's next up? So then Tamara just leaves because she don't want to be bothered with these girls no more. And to be quite honest, I don't blame her. I don't want nothing to do with none of them, okay? Because you brought me here for a peace treaty so we can settle things and squash things. And then it's kind of like nothing to squash. I'm sitting up here being blindsided with some news that women that are supposed to be my friends in this so-called sisterhood went and met with some man and took the side of an abuser. You know what I mean? Like, that's what y'all did. But y'all not no real sisterhood. That's why I cringe every time I hear Letitia say that out of her motherfucking mouth. Y'all are not real sisters. This ain't no sisterhood. Y'all live to tear each other down. And that's all the fuck y'all motherfucking doing is tearing each other down. So then Latrice and So Gucci started talking. They had their conversation. And So Gucci was like, one thing that you can say about me is that I brought it to you. I didn't go to everybody else with it first. And then Latrice was like, yes, you did. You did talk to the other ladies about it first before you ever came to me. And that is very true. She talked to Letitia about it. She talked to Maria about it. And she talked to Akeisha about it. She talked to all of them about it before she ever came to Latrice. Which is my issue with So Gucci from the very beginning, because of the simple fact, if you say that Latrice is your friend and you feel betrayed by your friend. So if you felt any kind of way about Latrice, why not go to Latrice and state your case to her about how you feel about her? But instead you went to one mother that don't like her, and then you went to her actual friend, and then you went to Akeisha, and that's your damn friend. So you did not go to Latrice first. You didn't speak to Latrice first about a motherfucking thing. You spoke to who the fuck you wanted to speak to, and that's those other women. You didn't come to Latrice about nothing. So stop acting like you did when you know that you motherfucking didn't. Like, stop playing with me. And then Letitia gonna say in a confessional, no, I'm with Latrice on this. I mean, the timeline is all wrong because she did talk to me and Marie about this before she ever spoke to Latrice. So she's not wrong in this situation. So if she's not wrong in it and you know that she's not wrong, why didn't you sit it at the table instead of allowing this conversation to keep on going on and on and on when it didn't even have to? You could have sat there and said that But no, Gucci, you did come to me and Marie about it before you came to Latrice. That's all you could have said to help your supposed friend out. But instead, you want to be fake. But how can I expect you to help your supposed friend out when you a fake ass mother? Like that's what you are. So I'm not with that. Like this whole little peace treaty was fake. It was only designed and set up to attack Latrice and motherfucking Tamara. That's what this was about. And so as they're arguing about it, they arguing about the realtor situation. As you can see, so Gucci the first person to call somebody a bitch. So Gucci the first one to get up out of her seat. She the first one making threats, talking about she flipped this table over and Latrice. And then Latrice said, so you must gonna do me how Selena beat your ass. And then she was like, oh, don't let this not fool you. Selena out here sucking your husband. And then Latrice said, if she's sucking it, then we sucking together. Now, when she said that, that was a bit stupid of Latrice to say that because you giving them something to talk about. In my opinion, she did not own up or admit that her and Selena were having no threesome with Cliff because that ain't even true. They not having no damn threesome, so I know that's not true. Latrice said that shit out of anger because she didn't have nothing to come back with. And we just got to be real. Latrice ain't no damn reader. Latrice just know how to fight. She not a reader. So it is what it is. The rest of these girls, they know how to throw shade. They know how to read. That ain't nothing that Latrice do in her real life at all. So no. But no, she didn't admit to nothing like that. But of course, Marie took that and she ran with it. And then, she basically said, F any bitch that got a problem with me or got an issue with me. And to be honest, you know what I'm saying? I felt Latrice in that moment because when you got a whole bunch of people that don't like you and they just want to find any reason not to fucking like you or not understand you, then it's fuck you. I mean, it is what it is. That's how I feel about the whole thing. That's how I feel about it. Like if you gonna act like that, then F you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel her on that. But I don't understand how after all that arguing they did, they go up in there and start banging on shit. If I was Latrice, I would have left right after Tamara did. So later on, we get into Mauricio, Gucci, and Akeisha. Akeisha got her a new house down here in Jackson, Mississippi. And so Gucci comes over and she's coming over to help Akeisha, unpack boxes, move stuff around. And then Akeisha was like, well, I did invite Marie over, so just give us a moment. Marie comes over and the first thing they do is discuss Tamara. And Marie is sitting up here gloating about what she did. She really don't think that what she did to Tamara is not wrong and that there's not anything necessarily wrong with what she did. So you mean to tell me that you don't see nothing wrong in what you did? Like, you don't see anything wrong with what you did? Like, you don't see nothing wrong with what you did? Like, you don't see where you went wrong or anything like that? You really don't see that? You don't see it. Because that was foul of you. Because you sat up there and you did all that crying where you accused Latrice, Antoinette, and Kaylon of trying to out you and expose you for doing fraud when that was already out there. And then you did all that crying, and that's one of the main reasons why you got an issue with Latrice and you call her a snake and you talking about she tried to ruin you. What the hell are you doing to Tamara right now by bringing this man who got a motive, this man who got a problem with her because she don't want him? What do you think this is? Or you just don't give a fuck about how it looks for you because it ain't you that's going through this situation. Like Marie is taking all types of happiness and doing this to Tamara when Tamara didn't even deserve this. Tamara might be just a tad bit annoying, but she didn't deserve that because what the fuck did she actually do to Marie to make Marie do that? And what I don't understand about Akeisha is when you came on this show, you said you knew Tamara before you was on this show. Now you mad at Tamara, and you was sitting up here saying that Letitia did X, Y, and Z to Tamara, and Tamara running up to be friends with her. But you and Letitia buried the hatchet at the peace treaty, and y'all good, but you still refuse to bury any hatchet between you and Tamara. And I understand why you mad at Tamara, but it's really not that serious. You could really sit down and have a lunch with her, a talk with her, and really settle that shit. But you want to be an asshole to her every time you in a scene with her. You tell me something, I ain't finna deal with that fake. I ain't finna deal with that. But you dealing with it with Latrice. I mean, with Letitia. So why you so quick to forgive Letitia, but you can't forgive Tamara? What exactly did Tamara do that was so bad for all you motherfuckers to be coming at her the way that y'all are? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. And so that's when So Gucci was like, you not actively trying to dig up dirt on people like some people that we know taking shots at Latrice again. When I tell y'all that damn So Gucci, she's so obsessed with Latrice at this point. That's all she do is talk about Latrice. Scene after scene after scene. She don't do nothing but talk about Latrice. That's all she do. And Akeisha talking about I'm confused with Akeisha because I don't understand where does animosity come from that she got for Latrice. Because as far as I know, they was okay. They were cordial. So I'm trying to understand why Akeisha got a problem with Latrice. Because it's really the math ain't math and in a sense ain't making sense. I mean, it don't make no sense to me at all because I ain't ever known them to have any contention. So my whole point is, why the fuck are you having so many issues with Latrice and you don't even know this girl like that? That's the part that's baffling to me. Like, what is your problem? What is your motive? What is your goal? Why do you got an issue with this young lady? That's what I'm trying to understand. And you talking about Latrice won't hold herself accountable for anything. At the end of the day, So Gucci her feelings was hurt because Latrice went to another person to get what she needed to get. You mad about that. And you're absolutely fine with having your feelings about the situation. But you also need to be held accountable for the fact that you did not produce, and that's why she went with somebody else. You tried to help Akeisha get a house. Akeisha went with somebody else. So even though Akeisha told you what she was doing, as she should have, that speaks more about you than anything else. Because why can't you close on shit for nobody? So Gucci. Tried to work with Latrice, it didn't work out. Tried to work with Akeisha, that didn't work out. And Akeisha is your homegirl. So why exactly can't you get no house or no building for somebody? What are you doing wrong as a realtor, honey? Because that's what I'm trying to understand. You know what I'm saying? And then she say that she's having a birthday party for herself and she's going to go ahead and invite all the ladies, including Latrice, to the party. And then Marie said, I need to check your temperature. I need to check your temperature. At the end of the day, all three of y'all just sat there and hated on Latrice and Tambra. Like, that's all y'all did was sit there and hate on them. Because they didn't do nothing to y'all. They didn't do nothing to deserve any of the stuff that y'all doing. None of it. None of it. That's why I'm just so confused by this situation. And Akeisha does not hold So Gucci accountable for nothing. She's the one person that wants to hold everybody else accountable, but she won't hold So Gucci, Shantae, Sophia accountable for any motherfucking thing. She always get to see where she's coming from, but she don't see where nobody else coming from in these situations at all. She's very biased, and I don't like that about Akeisha. Moving on, we get into Latrice and Tambra. They meet up for drinks. And Latrice said that at this point, she feels like me and Tambra are now public enemy number one. And of course, I'm going to go and check in on her and see how she's doing. You know what I'm saying? Because they really did her wrong at the peace treaty. They started talking about the peace treaty and how that went. And you know, they're not understanding why things went left the way that they did and how, you know, Tamara's past was mentioned, this man was brought up, and Tamara was like, I don't even understand what happened. Like, I didn't do anything to Letitia. I didn't do anything to Marie. So I don't understand why they would do this to me. If they're supposed to be my friends and this is supposed to be a quote unquote sisterhood, then why do this to me? Like, why go so far and do this? Like, if you like, why couldn't y'all just contact me and let me know that some man was reaching out to y'all talking about me? And I could have told y'all what's really going on. But see, my thing is, everybody keep on saying, just like Akeisha said, I don't understand where this anger coming from with Latrice, because I feel like I don't understand where this anger coming from. How the fuck you don't understand where the anger coming from when you see this woman bucking up her chest at her, standing up over her, threatening to fight her and all this other stuff, but you don't understand where the anger coming from. Y'all trying to dig and pry into this woman's life, talking about if we're supposed to be Belle's and we're supposed to be this collective, then why don't we know what's going on in her real life? Why would any of these women tell either one of you motherfuckers what's going on up in their damn life, and y'all don't even like them? Like, y'all do dirty ass shit just to expose some dirt on them. So that's what I didn't understand about it. Keisha talking about she didn't understand why Latrice was so angry. Do you not see this woman sitting up in her face, threatening her, talking crazy to her, and all that other stuff? I don't understand that. I don't understand that. And I don't get that. And I don't get how you don't see what's really going on here. You don't think that So Gucci has any fault in anything that she's motherfucking doing. You don't think that there's any fault in her at all. You mean to tell me that there's no fault in her at all? Because let me tell you something. Latrice ain't all the way innocent. But So Gucci ain't innocent either. She can play that innocent role all she wants to, but she's not innocent. And that's the one thing about So Gucci that I'm not liking about her this season is that she really plays dumb and a lot of this shit because she absolves herself of any type of ownership or accountability, and it's everybody else's fault but hers. And as far as it gets down to Tambra, they all talking about if we were Bells and we were friends, why Tamara didn't tell us? Why would she open up to tell y'all anything? Look at how y'all did her just now. So I feel like Latrice and Tamara are definitely public enemy number one, and all the rest of them are trying to push them off the show. I mean, let's be real. Those are the only two that most folks around here knew before the show started anyway, because we didn't know the rest of the motherfuckers. No way. Okay, so we get back to Marie. Her mama Lula is back home. Lula had been sick and she almost died. And if it wasn't for the blood fusions, she would not be here. So shout out to Lula. So while they're sitting there, they're talking about Lula, her past with drugs and her present with drugs, and how she's trying to fight off the addiction. And addiction is addiction, and this is a disease. And she doesn't want to dabble into that anymore. Zuri, who was Marie's daughter, asked Lula, why did she choose drugs? Zuri said, I chose those drugs over your mama because I was sick. Okay. I was sick. That's the reason why it happened the way that it happened. And I will say that Lula reminds me a lot of Frankie. And when I'm talking about Frankie, I'm talking about Keisha Cole mama. She reminds me a lot of Frankie. And I really don't want this situation to end up in a Frankie type manner. Because many of us who looked at reality TV, especially many of us that looked at Keisha Cole's show, despite her imperfections and the things that she went through, we all enjoyed Frankie. We loved Frankie. Like, we were here for Frankie. We wanted to see Frankie actually come together and get herself together, get her mind right, do things that she needed to do. But it didn't happen that way. It was always a struggle with Frankie. Like, she'll be off drugs and then she'll get on alcohol and then she'll be doing too much with it. Then she'll go right back to the drug thing once again. So when you are someone that dealt with this, it's always going to be a lifelong fight for you. It's always going to be a lifelong fight. Then Lula and Marie go back and forth about the past with the drugs. And Lula is basically saying, I'm here. I'm trying to change. You keep on bringing up the past. Well, Marie is going to bring up the past simply because you keep on letting the past repeat itself over and over again. You say you're going to do right. You say you're going to do better. You say you're going to be in a better space. But then you turn around and you prove it to me that you can't change and that you're going to remain in that same space, period. So you cannot be mad when somebody bring it up. It's just like with Frankie. Like, I remember one episode of the Keisha Cole show when they was in therapy. And she was like, y'all said it and y'all said it and y'all said it. They're not telling you that to hurt your feelings. They're just letting you know that's what you did. This is what happened and you got to fix that. And that's just the truth. They talk about rehab. She don't think that rehab is going to work for her. She said, Lula said, you can put me in whatever rehab, rehabilitation you want to, and it's not going to work for me. But I just think that she wants to run away from her own accountability, and she's only blowing smoke up Marie's ass. I'm not gonna believe that she's changing until I really see the change. We get into So Gucci and JJ. Now, So Gucci is up fixing breakfast for JJ, and then JJ comes in and they start talking about the peace treaty. And so here goes So Gucci playing the victim, pretending like she ain't have no part in this situation. She said, we were sitting there, me and Latrice was talking about our issues. And of course, Latrice stood up and called me a bitch and started standing up and doing this and doing that. And I'm like, So Gucci, you called her a bitch first, okay? And you got up out your seat first. And you started threatening her, talking about how you will flip her and that table over. Do you just lie? Or do you simply forget what you do? And see, this is the reason why Sanjay and the twins keep on calling you fake. Because when you get around JJ, you be sitting up here lying. And I believe that's what these girls are talking about. And I have to keep reiterating that I like So Gucci. Don't get me wrong, but everybody gonna get this work. And So Gucci is getting this work. Because Latrice got this work at the beginning of the season, her and Cliff. But it's your turn to get this work because you keep on playing with me. And you keep on acting like you ain't got no rock in this fight. Like you throw your rocks too. And you bust windows too. You gonna sit up here and tell JJ and make it seem like Latrice was the aggressor. No, you were the aggressor in this situation. But yet everybody want to make it seem like Selena was the only one at fault when it was the situation between you and Selena. No, you're just as aggressive. You are. And you know what you were doing when you were doing what you were doing. Now, Miss Belle, I don't buy it. You full of shit, So Gucci. And then they start talking about Latrice and she talking about some, and then she starts saying that me and you want to be like her and Cliff, and I don't understand why she would bring you up. Girl, you brought up her husband first, and then she brought up your husband. It's simple as that. You can't bring up nobody's husband and then think ain't nobody gonna talk about yours. Like, what are you talking about? This is what I'm saying. So Gucci be faking, and that's why her stepdaughters don't like her, because she be doing shit behind closed doors, and then when she get with JJ, she pretend like she the victim. That's why they don't like her, because I can see what they saying now, because they be saying that she be doing that a lot. Like she'll disrespect their mama and then go over there to JJ and say something totally different. She disrespected Latrice, and now she over there with JJ doing something totally different. Now, as far as JJ's mama, she's that's an actress. You can't tell me nothing else differently. She comes in, she talks in that voice in that hideous voice that I cannot stand to hear, and it's just a mess. Like everything, like this whole thing be coming across like So Gucci just be looking for a storyline and looking for something for entertainment. Like, but I can't with So Gucci. I can't right now. So we're moving on to Marie and S with the mess. Okay, we ain't seen Miss Essie in a while. They discussed Lula and the struggles that Lula has faced. And Essie was like, at least I just want you to know that regardless of what issues you and Lula got, just know that you still got your mama here. My mama gone. Then Essie went into the story about how she found out that her mother had stage 4 colon cancer in April. And 4 weeks later in May, her mother died and she wasn't prepared. And she misses her mama every single day she lives. And she encourages Marie to constantly make things right with Lula, because you're gonna miss Lula when she's gone. Despite her imperfections, despite the mistakes that she made, she gonna always love her mama, and she just wants her to make that stuff with her mama work out and make it right. I enjoyed Essie, not enjoying her pain, but that was like some of the realest stuff I seen. And I appreciate Essie for sharing it. Real talk. So we get to the end of the show where we're talking about So Gucci's birthday party. Akeisha arrives, Tamara arrives because she said that So Gucci didn't do nothing to her, so she came to support. Letitia and Maria arrive together. Josh is confused on who's friends with who. Tamara tries to avoid Letitia and Marie, and then she sits down next to Akeisha. Akeisha said, well, listen, I'm not here to ruin So Gucci's party, so me and Tamara are good for the night. Why haven't you talked to Tamara, Akeisha? I don't understand why you haven't. Because the issue that you got with her really ain't that deep. So why you ain't talk to her? Next thing you know, Letitia says that she's cool with Glenn now, and that her and Glenn have been in a better place ever since Glenn's grandmama died. Then we say that he was gonna grieve himself back into your bed. Okay. So then Latrice and Cliff arrive. So Gucci and Marie are cordial with Latrice, which is fake as hell. If I was Latrice, I never would have came to this goddamn party. So Gucci clearly don't like me. Marie clearly don't like me. They were all being fake. They weren't being cordial. They were being fake. They were being fake. That's why I can't be on no reality show. I'm not going to nobody house that don't like me. I ain't going to nobody party that don't fucking like me, period. They were all being fake. And when I say all, Latrice, all y'all being fake. Y'all don't even like each other. So why y'all even doing it? Let's see. So then, so Gucci and Akeisha, they discussed Latrice's treatment of Josh. Now, all of a sudden, Akeisha got a problem with Latrice because of how she's treating Josh. Now, like I said, I know Josh. I've seen him around and stuff. I just seen him a couple of weeks ago when I was at M Bar and I hugged him or whatever. We talked or whatever. But I'm going to be honest about it. Josh was wrong for going and telling Akeisha Latrice's business. And I don't see why Akeisha feeling any kind of way about the way that Latrice reacted to what Josh told her. Y'all not friends like that, Akeisha. So why would he be telling you her business? She got every right to be mad. Like, what are you talking about? Because if he told your motherfucking business, you would have been mad too. Again, looking for a problem. JJ gives So Gucci a surprise, and it's a half naked man stripping. Okay, and Cliff looking like he looking down at that man Jimmy Dean and stuff, and it's just like, okay. So then Letitia said she was getting all these messages from Glenn, and then she went out there and she called Glenn. They arguing, and what I didn't like about this argument is, Letitia, don't Latrice supposed to be your friend? So why is she catching strays because you mad about what Cliff did? Now, granted, Cliff had no business calling Glenn, telling him a motherfucking thing. He was the one who was telling her to go on and touch the stripper and do whatever she wanted to do with the stripper. He was telling her to do it. So why is he sitting up here calling your husband like you supposed to get a whooping when you get home? Like he your principal and you supposed to be getting a whooping because you did something out of line. You really didn't do nothing. But I get why you was mad, and I get why you was saying some of the shit you saying. But to me, that made me feel like that's exactly how you really feel about Latrice. You ain't really that girlfriend. And that's what you be saying behind her back. These girls really showing their slips this whole episode. But that's pretty much the end of this episode. Letitia and Cliff got words, and Letitia feels like it's insecurity, and Cliff had no right to be calling her husband, and that's just the fact. She did not have no right. So we finna get on into this. Yeah, that's about it. So with that being said, this be your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on this notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. If you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out of here. Until my next video, I'll holla at y'all. Bye.